chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sanga conference call. Let us move on to our next part of the session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. Before that, may I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Nitya Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sanatana Dharma from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nitaramya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, and all glories to your wonderful services to the group. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, Nepal.
Hare Krishna, Shrimati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining all our calls and giving your recitation, and all glories to your wonderful services to the group. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj's. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidas from Bali. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devi Darsi from India. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your recitation, and all glories to your wonderful services to the group. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji and all devotees. I'm Sudhakar joining from Saudi Arabia.
Hare Krishna, Sudhakar Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining every single day, giving your recitation. Welcome to the call, and all glories to your services. Welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shamagari Devdasi from Charlotte, and all glories to your services, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining, and all glories to your services to Mataji for organizing Srimad Bhagavatam speakers. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sanatana Dharma Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 6th chapter, 29 to 31 verses. Before we hand over the call to Prabhuji, I request Sudhakar Prabhuji to take over from here and give a brief introduction of Sanatana Dharma Prabhu. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, devotees. Sanatana Dharma Prabhu Dasti is a brahmachari monk. He is a disciple of His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj, and he has been practicing bhakti for more than 2 decades. Prabhuji is a professor of higher Vedic sciences and is also ex-manager of the Tata Motors, and has completed his BTech from NIT Trichy, and he is also a graduate in guitar from Trinity School of Music, London. Prabhuji is a multi-faced personality and brings extensive expertise in various fields. He is a professor of higher Vedic sciences, a former manager at Tata Motors, and also holds a BTech degree. Prabhuji has completed various courses like Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta, teachers training course at all levels, and now teaches them to a variety of audiences. Prabhuji has rendered variety of services in the past: college preaching, youth mentoring, congregation preaching, center head, and youth preaching secretary and director. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Back to you.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the brief introduction. I think Prabhuji is not yet joined. We can continue chanting. If anybody wanted to introduce, you can introduce.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Sudhakaji, this is Shakti Devi Dasi. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Shakti Devi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining. I think you are joining for the first time. Welcome to the group, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, and Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada Till Gurudev ki jai. Vrinda from Atlanta, Pani to Dam.
Hare Krishna Vrinda Gopika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining all our calls and encouraging all of us. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. I'm Purna Prakash Gauradas from New Jersey.
Hare Krishna Purna Prakash Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu, for joining the call. Welcome to the group, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Okay, I will continue chanting. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Sanatana Dharma Prabhuji is here. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining this early morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. The verses are 8th canto, 6th chapter, 29 to 31. Prabhuji, over to you.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much for having me here. And it's my blessing that I'm getting all of your association. For you all, it's early morning. For me, it's really early morning. I'm behind you. All right. So thank you all very much. If devotees can turn on their videos, it'll be a great mercy upon this poor fallen conditioned soul. So please be there. Let's start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namne Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurtuse Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jaitam Surato Pangur Avamandamatirgati Matsarvasya Padambojau Radha Madanmohano Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langaite girim yatkripatamaham vande paramanandamamadam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram Sri Gurum Deenatarinam. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Once again, welcome you all for coming to this wonderful Bhagavatam class and discussion that we're having. Okay, so we are discussing today from the 8th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 6, which is entitled The Demigods and Demons Declare a Truce. So that is the topic for our discussion. And we are discussing from shloka number 29 to 31. So these three shlokas we'll be trying to discuss today. All right. So what has happened before? It's very important to know that. So how did this chapter start? This chapter started with the appearance of the Lord. The Lord appeared, but because the brightness was so high, nobody was able to see anything. So none of them were able to have darshan of the Lord. But later on, the Lord understood, okay, these people are not able to see me, the demigods. So he reduced his brightness, and thus everybody was able to have darshan. They all fell flat to the ground immediately, and it was Brahmaji who started offering prayers. So there were different prayers of Brahmaji which were there. And after the prayers of Brahma were completed, so the prayers ended in a very beautiful way. The prayer said, oh, anyways, oh Lord, you know everything, you need not be informed. You please tell us what is good for our welfare. So that's the best thing about demigods. They just glorified the Lord and then they just told, you know what is best for us, so please tell us. They mentioned that. And then the Lord instructs the demigods. So the rest of the whole chapter is about Lord's instruction to the demigods. So one by one, he instructs and gives them a very good plan for action, right? And after the action plan, what happens? That is very important. So once the Lord has actually given instructions to demigods, he's given the action plan. Now all these demigods, they have put complete faith in the Lord. And now what? So the sequence, what followed the instructions of Lord, that we're going to discuss in shloka number 29, 30, and 31. You're all able to hear me? Yes, there are no expressions, so I didn't understand. So when expressions are there, I understand. Okay. Devotees are able to listen. Fine. Thank you. And expressions will be only visible if you turn on videos. Otherwise, we'll not be able to know. Okay, so let's go to shloka number 29. So what did the demigods do immediately after they got instructions of the Lord? That is mentioned in 29. Evairochanimasinam guptam cha surayutapaihi Shriya Paramaya Jushtam Jitashesham Upagamam. They, the word to word is very sweet. They, all these demigods. Vairochanamasinam. Yes. So they went to Vairochan. Virochan is the son of Prahlad Maharaj. And the son of Virochana is called as Vairochan. And the son of Virochan is Bali Maharaj. So Bali is here called as Vairochanin, the son of Virochana. Asinam. Oh, where was he? He was sitting very nicely. He was sitting on the throne. And how he was? Guptam. He was well protected. Gupta also means secret. Gupta means to conceal. Gupta also means some way you are guarded. Right? So he was very wonderful. Even the Dwarka Vasis were very wonderfully guarded by Krishna. That's why it says Govinda Puja Guptayam. The Dwarka is said to be Govinda Bhuja, Govinda's hands, Bhujas, Guptayam, very well protected. That's why dhams are always safe. Why? Because Krishna is himself protecting with his hands. Govinda Bhuja Guptayam. He protects the dhams with his own hands. So here, who is protecting? Who is protecting the different, who is protecting Bali Maharaj? Asura Yutapaihi. Yes, all the different leaders of the Asura leaders, they are all protecting Bali Maharaj, who is their king. He is currently the Daitya Raj. He is the king of all the Daityas. The king of all Daityas, Bali Maharaj, is protected by all the Asura commanders. Okay. And the demigods, what about the demigods? So how the commanders of demigods are also, demons are described, right? So these people, they were having opulence. Shriya, yes, they had a lot of wealth. Paramaya Jushtam, they were blessed with so much of opulence. That was their power. They were very powerful. And why were they all blessed by opulence? Because they faithfully served a Brahmana. Yes, faithful service to a Brahmana blesses opulence. That is, they faithfully serve Shukracharya, they and the leader. So Shriya Paramaya Jushtam, they were all blessed with different opulences, supreme opulences. Yes, they had blessed. And thus, because of all this, Jita Ashesham, he became the conqueror of the three worlds. Who? Bali Maharaj. And these demigods, they Upagamam, they approached Bali, who is in this position. Right? So one thing we understand through this 8th canto, one very important lesson, is anytime anything can happen to one's position. Now, who were having this Shriya Paramaya Jushtya? It was the demigods. They had all the opulence. They had the heavenly kingdom. They had beautiful wives. They had very nice vahanas, the vehicles. They were having everything, but they lost it. And now all of their opulence became the property of the demons, the Daityas. Now they were having their opulence. So one should never be too attached or proud of their opulence. Because today we are having it, tomorrow somebody else will have our opulence. It's a fact. Today we are there, tomorrow somebody else. Right? So we should never really be attached. Anything can happen in this world. And that's why the 8th canto is very, very clear about this. It keeps shifting. Sometimes demigods have it, sometimes Daityas have it. Demigods, Daityas, demigod, Daityas, forward, backwards. This keeps getting shifted. The demigods approached Bali Maharaj, the son of Virochana, and sat down near him. They went and sat near. Bali Maharaj was protected by the commanders of the demons and was most opulent, having conquered all universe. Yeah. Hare Krishna. So one good thing is these demigods without any fear, because Lord tells in his instructions, you have to give up fear and you have to give up anger in your service to me. These two things you have to give up. Then only you'll be able to serve my instructions. So they approached him without fear. Okay, were they angry? No, they gave up anger also. Because they had to follow the instructions of Lord. How do we understand? They gave up fear and anger. They were able to go and sit near him. Can you imagine going and sitting near your enemy? Yeah, it's very difficult, right? Another thing that we need to understand is, if you observe, there was one Lala Babu. Lala Babu. His example is given by Prabhupada in NOD, Lala Babu. So Lala Babu was a very big, rich, influential person, yes, of his times. And because he was rich and influential and doing a lot of social causes, he was having many enemies. Many people were envious of his good work. And they wanted to pull him down. Some wanted to even kill him. But later on, Lala Babu became a renunciant mendicant. He took up devotional service and he became a very wonderful devotee. And then he started living just by begging. And Prabhupada writes that he went and begged even in the houses of his enemies. He did not mind. He went and begged in the houses of his enemies also. And that is something that really touched hearts. That really touched hearts of people. That's the quality of Vaishnava. It doesn't make enemies. The 8-6-30. Mahendraha lakshnaya vacha santva mahamatihi abhyabhashata tatsarvam shikshitam purushottamat. Okay. Yes. So Mahendra, Indra, he's a leader. The leader began to speak. He's a spokesperson on behalf of all these demigods. Mahendra Slakshnaya Vacha. What kind of speech? Very mild speech. Very nice speech. Which is good and soothing to hear. Have you heard some devotees or some people have such a voice? We feel like keeping on listening. Oh, what a sweet voice. So you sing, you only sing Kirtan. Please don't give anyone else. You sing. We love to hear your voice. And some devotees talk very nicely, mildly, very in a very way, it is very smoothing. Oh, it feels as the sound of sea waves, very mild and gentle voice. We feel like listening. On the other hand, some people have very harsh ones, and some people have very piercing voice. We don't like to hear that. We immediately turn the volume down, and sometimes we switch off the video, and then leave the meeting, just because of the voice. Oh, this person is too loud. This person is too sharp. I don't want. Happens, right? Yeah. Santayitva. What did you do? Santayitva is to pacify. Actually, Santavana means to pacify, but here, pacify how? In a very sense of pleasing, Prabhupada writes. He was pleasing, Santayitva. Yes, he was. And who is that? Here Indra is called as Mahamati. Very intelligent. He was very good at that. One should speak and behave in such a way, even the enemy will consider you as their friend. So Indra had that quality. Yes. Abhyabhashata tat sarvam. So thus what did he do? He addressed everything. Shikshitam Purushottama. Whatever he had learned from Purushottam. Who is Purushottam? Purushottam Yoga. The 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita tells very clearly who is Purushottam. Krishna says, I am known as Purushottama in the Vedas. So Purusha, Jivatma is trying to be Purusha, enjoyer in this world. But Uttama Purushastvanya, Paramatmeti Chapyukto is Paramatma, Purushottam, Krishna. So whatever Krishna had taught, yes, he had learned from Purushottam. Abhyabhashata tatsarvam. Exactly as it is, he spoke. This is called as Guru Parampara. The ability to repeat as it is. And that's what works. That's the power. So Indra had complete faith. Whatever I've learned from the Lord, I go speak it, you will be successful. Similarly, we all also should have that faith. We should all have that faith. And whatever Prabhupada is saying, we repeat it, we will be successful in our preaching. Yes. Prabhupada may not be sharing too many jokes. Yes, Prabhupada was funny also, many times. But he may not be sharing too many jokes, too many stories. But he shares very nice points, which are as it is presenting Shastras with good examples and analogies. And even we repeat it, and our preaching will be successful. Yes. As it is. There is the power of as it is going and speaking. So even if somebody goes and repeats as it is Prabhupada's lecture, that is a great success. Prabhupada said, talk as I speak as I spoke, do as I did, and you will be successful. So this is what Indra is doing. That is why it's called Mahamati. See, usually we find that Mahamati is somebody who manufactures their own ways. Okay, I will try to find out something. I'll find out some way by which I will definitely be able to crack. Vishnu, thank you for giving a good script, but I would like to make my original script. I wish to make my own script, and I will do my own effort to pacify. He didn't do that. He's called Mahamati here because he repeated as it is. Whatever Vishnu said, he learned from Vishnu, Shikshitam Purushottamat. Same thing he repeats. He's not bothered about anything else. That is why he's called Mahamati. Greatly intelligent. So usually in material life, who is great? And in material life, that person is great who can create something of his own. But in spiritual life, who is intelligent? In spiritual life, that person is intelligent who can, yes, repeat as it is without adding or subtracting anything. That's why he's called as Mahamati here. After pleasing Bali Maharaj with mild words, Lord Indra, the king of the demigods, was most intelligent, very politely submitted to all the proposals he had learned from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. Okay, so now here comes the verse of our discussion. Tattvarochata daityasya tatranye suradipaha shambharorishtanimischa yecha tripura vasinaha. So the proposals submitted by King Indra were immediately accepted by Bali Maharaj. Haribol. Immediately accepted because it was in Parampara. And his assistants also. He had different assistants headed by Shambhara and Arishtanemi and all other residents of Tripura. Yes, Tripura Vasina. So that's what. All these people. He accepted. Tattu Arochata. Oh, Prabhupada's word-to-word meanings. Let's see. Tat, all these words. Tu Arochata. It became very pleasing to them. Daityasya. To Bali, the main Daitya. Tattu Arochata Daitasya. Usually Daityas don't like the words of the demigods. They don't like. They don't like demigods only. Why they will listen to the words? But this is a plan of Lord. They just are taking part in the plan of Lord, having faith in the plan of Lord and going. See, the demigods could have been really fearful, right? Oh Lord, you are asking us to walk into the enemy's territory and talk to the demons and surrender to them. We come to surrender to you, but you're telling go and surrender to them. And moreover, you're telling us to go and walk into the territory. What if those guys don't finish us off? We are just a few demigods. We'll be armed with all his security. We have to keep all our weapons aside and go. Keep your guns, everything else screen. They'll touch and see. Yes, something. Oh, okay, nothing. Go. Now you can go inside. Then they will all be very protected. They can finish us off immediately. Isn't it a huge risk? It's a huge risk. So if we have to do some service for the Lord, we have to please the Lord, we have to take a huge risk. Risk is there in service of Lord. Very risky business. There's a huge risk. So, but the demigods took this risk. They went. We'll just be few of us. And Indra especially. We'll all be there. But he will be out and he can finish us off anytime. Little bit he doesn't like what we speak. Everyone will take out their sword. You have seen that? In movies, everything. Little bit they don't like, they'll immediately point the gun. Get ready, loaded. One shot, you just tell us, we'll kill them right now. We'll all shoot with the machine gun. That was the situation. Just understand under what circumstances they went. And there'll be so much of fear, but they absolutely just walked into enemy territory. And the enemy is pleased. Wow. So they had how much faith in the plan of Lord. The whole Leela of Samudra Manthan, which seems very, very illogical. One step is illogical step. Material intelligence cannot perceive it at all. Milk ocean will produce nectar. Which milk produces nectar? We have taken some, milk tastes nectar, but how will Amrit? Is there anything like that? We never heard before. Yes, that milk will produce nectar. Really? Any of you have tried churning the milk and producing nectar? How is it possible? That will work only if under the directions of Lord. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Tatranye ye suradipaha. Yes. As well as the other Asura generals. They also got convinced. They also felt this is very pleasing. Nice idea. Who are they? Shambaro Arishtanemischa. These two names. Yecha Tripura Vasina and all the residents of Tripura. They all were in agreement. Purport. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It appears from this verse that politics, diplomacy, the propensity to cheat, and everything that we find in this world in individual and social negotiations between two parties are also present in the upper planetary system. Hare Krishna. So it is not just there in material circles, it is not just there in upper circles, and this kind of tendency may exist, just to extrapolate, these tendencies may exist even in upcoming devotees. You all agree? Yes or no? Yeah. These all tendencies can also be there in upcoming devotees, in upcoming yatras and movements. We find, oh Prabhuji, there is so much politics, Prabhuji. Oh Prabhuji, there is so much diplomatic dealings. Vaishnava dealing should be very simple. Is there? Oh Prabhuji, there is so much of propensity to cheat. Cheating propensity is there, Prabhuji. Yes. And everything we find in this world, oh, this is there here also. In our movement also. Why is that? When do these things appear? 1, 2, 3, 4. Politics, diplomacy, cheating propensity, and everything that we find in material world. When does this appear? First of all, there are two parties. Whenever there is groupism, even groupism, when does groupism happen? Yes. Can I get 2 words why these all circumstances happen? You all can put in your chat. Yes? Anyone? Okay, insecurity, feeling of insecurity. Okay, why there is feeling of insecurity? Go ahead, go ahead. You have good feeling, but we have to hit the root cause. Competitive. Why the competitiveness? Everyone wants to be master. Different principles. Material consciousness. Material consciousness is the reason of being in material world. Givers. All see think they are enjoyer and controller. Whatever today we have, even little bit observed, we want to put our philosophy today. Prabhuji, we know, we'll tell you. Power struggle. Hmm. I think say, two people gave the same answers, power struggles. Nepotism, cultural background, enviousness. Okay. The main reasons why Shastras talk about this politics, diplomacy, these all creep into the Vaishnava society is because of, and this groupism forming is because of ulterior motives. This is the reason. Okay. So initially we are good devotees. Yeah. When we come to the movement, we are new. We have a lot of, good. What is our desire? Our desire is to go back to Godhead. How will you go back to Godhead? We will go back to Godhead by serving Vaishnavas and Krishna. We just want to chant and do service. That's all. That's the only desire we have. Okay. And how many of you found that we were all like this simple? But in course of time, something happens. In course of time, one feels, okay, And then we want something more also. We want to, initially the feeling is we want to get a lot of donations for Prabhupada's movement. We want to get many, many followers for Prabhupada's movement. Yes. And we also want to learn a lot of shastras, and we want to know many shlokas and different Puranic pastimes which nobody has heard. All these things also we want to know. Yes, so that we become preachers in Prabhupada's pastimes. We want to do more preaching so that Prabhupada's movement can expand. Is it okay till here? Yes, this desire. But little as we get into this desire, okay. Now I also want to be president. Now I also want to be a yatra leader, bhakti rickshaw leader. I also want to be known as a renowned speaker. Everyone should come and listen to my lectures. Just like people go and listen to that person's lecture, you should come and listen to my lectures also. And they should appreciate. They should like, share, and subscribe to all my lectures and channels and everything and promote me. Yes, so here is where the focus starts shifting from guru centric, Prabhupada centric, or Krishna centric to we become the center. And that is where the problem comes. So here people have ulterior motives. So this is the cause of all these things. Yes, the moment people have ulterior motives, there will be groupism. Yes, and groupism is there. There are two group, minimum more than one group. So more than one group. There is group one, group two. Two groups are formed. The two leaders have two different agendas. The members of this group feel that these people are deviated. The members of this group feels that these people are deviated. These people are deviated. They are not proper. They find faults with them. Then this group tries to pull the others down. This group tries to pull these people down. Politics. Now the dealings are not simple. Diplomacy means speaking in a way that is not very simple in approach. Diplomatically dealing. So demigods had to, sometimes diplomacy has to be used. Sanatana Goswami used diplomacy, correct, in order to escape from the jail. Now here demigods are using diplomacy in order to get Amrit nectar. So these people also use diplomatic ways to get their agenda fulfilled. Okay, how do we get our agenda fulfilled? Okay, we have to go and tell this group, see, you people want to exist here, we also want to exist here. We both are as such different groups, anti-groups. But you have to do this for us, then we will do this for you. Okay? Correct. You support this event of ours, then we will support your this event. These people agree. Okay, fine. Diplomacy. Then there is cheating propensity. Although there is an agreement made. Okay. We do this, you do this. You do this, we do this. Okay, once this is done, now we will not do this. Our objective is fulfilled. There is cheating propensity. Once our agenda is fulfilled, we are not bothered about others. Happens. And then these all things we find. Oh, these all things exist in material world also. Prabhu, then what is difference between material world and spiritual society? See, this is a spiritual society, but we have been members of material society for time since time immemorial. After that, we have come to the spiritual society. So there's a huge backlog of the material consciousness which is yet to go. Because of which, as such, we are products of material. We are products of material world only who are trying to struggle in spiritual society. That's the problem. Yes. So when the society, spiritual society will become materialistic totally, when there is aparadh, Vaishnava aparadh, offense towards Vaishnava is performed, then the society loses spiritual value altogether. It becomes a material society. We look at the Daksha episode, Daksha Yagni episode. It was a very dirty episode. Why? Because Lord Shiva was offended. And there was so much cursing and counter cursing going on. Everybody was cursing here, there, left, right, curse was going on. So much of cursing and counter cursing. It feels just like some, materialistic society. That's why Vishnu didn't come. In Brahmaji doesn't come. Nobody comes there. They know it's going to be, things are going to get very dirty. Yes. So the Vaishnava is offended, everything becomes materialistic. It loses the spiritual value. Although those people had assembled to perform a yajna, and the purpose of yajna is a spiritual project. Because Vishnu is pleased. And when Vishnu is pleased, then everybody is given all facilities. Both demigods and human beings get all facilities. So it's a very spiritual cause for which they have assembled. But the project was destroyed because of offense. Next. The demigods went to Bali Maharaj with the proposal to manufacture nectar. And the Daityas, whose project? This is Krishna's project. He wanted it. And the Daityas, the demons, immediately accepted it, thinking that since the demigods were already weak, when the nectar was produced, the demons would take it from them and use it for their own purpose. And the demigods, of course, had similar intention. Hare Krishna. See, both of them had same intention. And both of them had the same thought process. Oh, yes, sure, we'll help you. Why? Because you're anyway weak. We'll beat you and we'll take the nectar once the work is done. See, cheating propensity. Correct? And then second, the demigods, they were thinking, oh, anyway, Lord has told us that let the asuras do together and later on we will get it. Lord will give us. He has promised. So both had same intentions. When nectar comes, we will take it. We will not give them. But now they are pretending to be great friends, right? So this is this is called as this is material world. Till the time the agenda is fulfilled, we are very good friends. As soon as the result comes, the reality comes out. Nobody is going to be there for each other. But how many of you have seen in this world, there are people who are nice also. Okay, they are nice. Once the agenda is fulfilled, they will still cooperate and distribute equally. But in this world, whatever goodness or niceness is like honesty among thieves. You know what is honesty among thieves? You know the story? I'll tell you. Once there were three thieves. There were three thieves. These three thieves, very interesting story. If you can turn on videos, I'll speak in an interesting manner. So devotees, please don't be bothered where you are. Please don't be bothered if your net is slow, video is hanging. Even if you are not there, I'm not bothered. But keep the video on. Don't give me those black boxes. Show your altar, show your home, show your fan, show your light. Anything is okay. But show something. Okay? That gives assurance that there is a person behind the camera. Okay? So these three thieves do go to a place and they have a huge loot. They steal. They steal and get so many things. And after they steal, their plan was they will divide it equally into three and they will go to their respective ways. That was the plan. So they steal and they run and they go to a forest and they're hiding there. So one of the thieves says, I'm getting nature's call. I'll go answer it and come back. So till that time, what you guys can do is you just be here. So the one thief goes for answering nature's call. Immediately, one of the other thieves says, hey, see, right now we are having 100 kilos of gold. That much we have stolen. If we were to divide among three, each of us get 33, 33, 33. But now is the time. This fellow is not there. Let us push off. I'll take 50, you take 50. What do you say? Deal. Let's do it. And the other thief says, no, it is not proper. It is absolutely not proper. We should wait for him, let him come, and we will take equal share. So this is the philosophy of materialists. Honesty among thieves. First of all, that never belonged to you. You have stolen it and now you're showing honesty. What kind of hypocrisy is this? You understood the example? This is honesty among thieves. This is the morality in this material world. Correct? So that's how these people are. So the so-called honesty, everything they're showing is simply a show, just to fulfill their agenda. The only difference is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, was on the side of demigods because demigods were his devotees. Whereas the demons did not care about Lord Vishnu. So this factor plays a great role. If Krishna is on our side, that plays a great role. I can say that is the only thing that is bothered. So how to get Krishna on our side? Can we get Krishna on our side? No, we have to go on Krishna's side. We cannot call Krishna to our side. We have to go to Krishna's side. So demigods always stay on Krishna's side because they are Vishnu Bhakta Smrto Deva Asurastad Vipariyat. And Asuras are least bothered about Lord. So I just felt this particular statement struck me very hard. Did not care about Lord Vishnu. Can this feeling come in all of us also? Once Prabhupada was writing in Krishna book, I was reading with a group of devotees. The impersonalists are those who don't have any feelings for Krishna. So I was just wondering, do I have feelings for Krishna? Do we have feelings while chanting? Do we have feelings while hearing Bhagavatam? Do we have feelings when we go to temple? Do we have feelings when we have prasadam? We do so many Krishna activities, right? We do. But our movement is not International Society for Krishna Activities. Our movement is International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So we have to do feelingly japa, feelingly Bhagavatam, feelingly arti, feelingly take prasad, feelingly go to temple, feelingly serve devotees. So till that feeling is there, so I was just wondering, that impersonal tendency is there. We are impersonalist because there is no feeling for the person. So it's not just sufficient we accept the person. It's very vital we have the feelings for the person. The feelings. Similarly here, we find that who is Asura do not care about Lord Vishnu. Similarly, do we sometimes have this feeling? Let me bother about myself. Why to bother about Krishna and devotees and Guru so much? Bother about myself. So this kind of feeling also comes. It is a demoniac feeling. Kamakarata. Yes, Shastra Vidimutsrijya Vartate. Kamakarata. Kamakarata means just focusing on one's own desires. Do not care about the Lord. Do not care about the preaching movement of Lord Chaitanya. We are not bothered. We just bother about ourselves. The self-centric tendency. And we don't then bother about it. We don't care. These tendencies can come. And how do we develop the feelings for Krishna? At least when we are doing japa, we are doing the spiritual activities. We can pray to Krishna. Let Krishna please give me some feelings. I want to chant japa with feeling. I want to do arti with feeling. I want to give, even if I'm given a chance to either listen or to speak Bhagavatam, let me speak with feelings. Yes, very important. The feeling should be there. And similarly, we have to care for Krishna. See, any situation comes, look at the Vrajavasis, how much they care for Krishna. Will this please Krishna? Is Krishna happy? Everything was for Krishna. That is Vrindavan consciousness. And everything is for oneself. That is material consciousness. Exact opposite, diametrically opposite. So who are we caring for? For whom do we have feelings? This is a question that we should keep checking. If we don't have, let's pray. Let's pray for those feelings. I don't have. And I personally don't care for Krishna. I care for myself. And I have all feelings for my own self, for my own enjoyment of senses. This is a reality. So you have to change this. You have to have feelings for Guru and Krishna. You have to care for Guru and Krishna's words. Care means we care for the words of Krishna. We care for Krishna's service. We care for Guru's mission. We care for the devotees of Krishna. When we start doing this, then we'll develop those feelings. Otherwise, asuric, demoniac qualities can creep in any time. Okay. All over the universe, there are two parties. The Vishnu party or God conscious party and the godless party. This will always be there. Yes. So the godless party is never happy or victorious. But the God conscious party is always happy and victorious. So it may appear sometimes that the God conscious party is losing. Oh, these people are losing. But they will eventually win. Kauravas were winning. Pandavas were losing. But eventually who won the war? Yes, the Pandavas won. Similarly, demons and demigods, it appears that demigods are losing. No, but eventually demigods will be victorious. So we always find that sometimes the demoniac power takes over the demigods and they can take over the devotees. Why is that? That is true for the purpose of intensification of bhajan, nothing else. The demigods or devotees or the members of Vishnu parties, they may apparently suffer for some time. Why is that suffering? The purpose is very simple. The purpose of that suffering is so that in that suffering, they intensify their sadhana. They become more intense devotees. That is the only reason. It's not because Krishna wants us to suffer. Now, eventually, one is going to become victorious. But that momentary, temporarily suffering is there so that we can use that facility to become intense in our bhajan. Right? Okay, we'll pause here and open up the forum for some discussion, questions we can have. Anybody having any questions?
Hare Krishna devotees, if you have any questions, please raise your hand.
Yes, go ahead.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam. Thank you for this wonderful class. This is something that I do struggle with in my material life and spiritual life, because you're saying that we're in the material body when we're dealing with devotees or our colleagues, where you go out of your way to do things to help them out. But sometimes you feel like they're taking you for granted. So how do you keep your consciousness so that you still do your service without getting attached to the results? Because I think sometimes that changes your mindset. You're less willing to help them out because of how they treat you. And so you want to set a boundary, but you also want to serve. So how do you manage both of that?
Yes, if we are personalities without false ego, we are not bothered. If devotees are exploiting us, devotees are treating us cheaply, person is not bothered at all. That person is happy that ultimately I'm somehow getting engaged in service of Vaishnava, I'm getting engaged in service of Lord, but we are not in that category. So this very situation that we are feeling, that we are being taken for granted or we have been exploited and we are treated very cheaply. Correct? Am I addressing your question? Yeah. So that very feeling is an indication we should not be humbled. Oh, we have such big false ego. Still, our false ego is not gone. Yes. So we are not with false ego, we cannot be proper servants of Lord. You're not good servants of Lord. So this should make us humble. Very fact. Oh. But at the same time, what to do practically? Because we cannot kill the false ego in one day. We cannot do operation without anesthesia. Agreed? Or I will go ahead for the operation. Yes, Prabhu, walk over me. You can hit me. You exploit me. Don't give me prasad. Make me do a lot of service. Treat me like donkey. I don't mind. That is like operation without anesthesia. What is the result of that? We will get fried out and become eventually very offensive to the devotee. So to guard us from that situation, to keep us away from that situation where we might become offensive to devotees or that devotee is treating us cheaply, for that purpose, we ourselves can draw boundaries. It is very important that we have self-respect in such a situation. So how to have self-respect? In that case, what I would do if I'm in your place where I'm not being treated properly, yes, avoid going there. Yes, but you may say, Prabhuji, but I will lose service. Oh, I'll serve. I'll definitely serve, but I will serve in such a way that I'm not a person who will be unnecessarily targeted. Yes, I will take the service. I'll understand the service and I'll do the service also. But I might seek service somewhere else. Number one, and I'll remain engaged. At the same time, whatever service is given, I will do such service very wholeheartedly without much unnecessary interactions. I'll avoid the interactions as far as possible. That's one thing I may do. At the same time, when I am being taken cheaply or taken for granted, I will respond in such a way, I'll respond in such a manner that even the other, not rudely or offensively, but the other person gets a hint that Hare Krishna Prabhu, I think the hint will be very clear enough to tell the person, I think you have to learn to value my presence, learn to value, don't take me cheaply. That hint should be, the person should get the hint. Okay? Got it, right?
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Somebody says, hey, Prabhu, come on, do the service. Somebody is just like that, bluntly saying, I remember one day, but I was just going. So from somewhere one voice came, hey, dhoti kurta, idhar aao, come here. Hey, dhoti kurta, come here. That was the way I dressed. My false ego was severely hurt. And you call me dhoti kurta. I'm a brahmachari. You're a grahastha. You are calling me dhoti kurta from distance. That too publicly. Hey, dhoti kurta, idhar aao, come here. To serve. So what did we do? He went. I went there. I wanted this person to also understand, you cannot call somebody like this. So I said, I folded hand. I showed him the right behavior. Yes, His Grace Prabhuji, please tell me your servant is here. Let him understand. So he said, you have to lift this up and I need help in lifting and taking this. Immediately, without a split second delay, I went. That's it. So this actually is a bigger, this gives an indication to that person that I made a mistake. Yet on the other hand, hey, dhoti kurta, you're calling me dhoti kurta? First of all, we teach you are not the body or soul. Now you have to start teaching you are not dhoti kurta, you are the body. You are in such gross ignorance, Prabhu. This shows very poor consciousness. So without even looking at him, what is to be done? Done. As soon as he took and went. Split delay. Finish the interaction. Don't interact much. That's what I did. Correct. Another way of doing it is, hey, dhoti kurta, just keep walking. If you think your false ego is even higher, right? He's calling dhoti kurta. There are so many dhoti kurtas. Let the dhoti kurtas go there. Let him call Prabhuji or Prabhu something like that, or with my name. Then I will go. Right? Now, other thing is to also give benefit of doubt, dear Vaishnavas. That person is in so much anxiety to do service. He doesn't know. Accidentally, it happened accidentally. People make mistakes, right? Okay, there's so much of tension, anxiety. Let's go and do. Ultimately, what he's doing, he's giving us service, right? If we develop this consciousness, then our false ego will reduce. Krishna will purify our consciousness. Okay, what is he giving? He's giving service. It's okay. Don't bother, whatever. Imagine somebody calls Dhoti Kurta and gives you a grand feast. Will you mind? If we are bothered about the feast. You call me what? You call me rascal and give me feast. I am not worried. Somebody calls you, hey, you are a Muda, and gives you a check of $1 billion. Any problem? Prabhu, I'm double Muda. Give me $2 billion. Yes, that's our benefit, right? So we are to gain. So this thought process will reduce false ego. Okay. Neena Mataji.
Yes, Neena Mataji. Yeah.
Hi. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all our Guru Maharajas. I apologize for the background noise, Prabhuji. One quick question, Prabhu. How nicely you were talking about the Krishna conscious activities and the Krishna consciousness per se. So I'm a simple grahastha. So we are interacting constantly with the outside world, and sometimes we are trying to do some Krishna conscious activities, right? So most of the time, the mind is always in Maya, and sometimes accidentally it falls in the Krishna activities. Now the question is, Prabhuji, and I'm so fearful, I'm afraid. Yes, we tend to do sometimes the 16 rounds. We are tend to follow the principles. How much it's coming from the heart consciousness, we don't know. The question is, I fear, I mean, I will again waste this life because my 100% moment to moment is not in Krishna conscious. Sometimes I'm doing some activities, but mostly it's in the Maya conscious, Prabhuji. I mean, what are the chances? I mean, even after doing those things, it feels like it's ridiculously failing. That most of the time it's in Maya, and sometimes it falls in activities, as you say.
Yeah.
So the idea what Prabhupada wants is constantly remain in that consciousness. Do we need to take sannyasa? I don't see any other way, like how to do both at the same time. It doesn't seem possible, Prabhu. I'm just asking you a very practical question. If you could kindly enlighten.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have absolutely no experience of Grihastashram, but nevertheless, whatever I've studied in purports, I can definitely share. So just yesterday, we were having a discussion from 7th canto, 5th chapter, shloka number 23-24. That is a section on Avida Bhakti. So I request you, Nina Mataji, you can go to this verse 7, 5, 23, 24. Go there and you can go to the section of Archanam, especially. We're discussing that. And they are very, very practical instructions for Grihasthas. I'll give you the essence. You can go and study deeply. So Prabhupada is saying there that a householder, because he is into material activities will give you material consciousness immediately. But spiritual activities will give you spiritual consciousness after a very long time. That is the game. Right? Material activities give you material consciousness instantly. Just you buy a movie ticket, you will go to material consciousness. No need to go to movie also. We buy a movie ticket, we are in material consciousness. Done. On the other hand, we have to book for we plan a yatra of our spiritual master. We book tickets for yatra. We even after going to yatra, we have to go to all the holy places. We sit through the lectures. We put lot of efforts, make notes. Maybe after 7-8 days of such yatra, little bit spiritual consciousness we develop. Got it right? So spiritual consciousness is like climbing up the stairs and the floors. That's how we develop spiritual consciousness. Material consciousness is like falling from the cliff. That is instant. Fall down is very instant. This is what happens. Right? So that is the difficult. So we have to analyze the game, Maya's game, or the game in this world. Knowing this, that particular purport, 7, 5, 23-24, Prabhupada writes that it is very essential that we come in contact with deities every day, especially grihasthas. That is why deity worship is compulsory. Otherwise, Prabhupada is writing, you must fall down. Yeah, thank you, Indulekha Karuna Mataji. Please go now. Can you? Yes, see here. An opulent householder can collect luxurious paraphernalia for deity worship, and consequently, the devotee worship of deity is compulsory. Down, go down. Go down. Again, see. 1 minute. Correct. Deity worship, okay, down. Down in the sense you have to go next paragraph. Next. Yes. So, I mean, okay, I will show. 1 minute. I'll show. So that particular thing was very heavy for me. I'll show it. Archanam. That particular part I found very practical. I'll show it to all of you. I'm sure. Prabhupada says must fall down. Yeah, see. Weird. Grihastha devotees, however, are generally engaged in material activities, and therefore, if they do not take to deity worship, their falling down is positively assured. 100% you will fall. This is what we're discussing. So, very important. Before we go to our job, it is very important that we do service in the deity, to the deities. Holy name, yes. Chanting all our rounds is the priority, and coming in contact with the deities is also a must. These two things we do, we definitely will be protected. This is the hope, to be protected against material consciousness. And even on the weekends, we can go to temple and do some service for deities. Okay, Mausami De Mataji's hand was up. She's lowered her hand. And also there's a question in the chat. What is the difference between brahmachari and grihastha? What is the difference between their way of serving Krishna? On a spiritual platform, there is no difference. Everybody can serve Krishna in whatever ways they want. There's absolutely no difference, but they have a particular role to play. In the materialistic society, the role play, there is a difference. But as such, spiritually, both of them are equally eligible to serve Krishna in whatever way. So I'm just briefly answering this. I'm not answering in detail. We can, because in interest of time, if you can quickly take this question, yes, Mausami De Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I'm from I'm in India only, and in Kolkata. I worship deities early in the morning, 4:30, and perform seva and bhoga, everything. And I feel that whatever I use, any product I use, I feel that first I should offer to Krishna, and then I will use, or it will be good for Krishna first. Then if Krishna accepts, then I will accept it. Is this concept is right or wrong? I don't know. I feel like that.
It's a perfect consciousness. Even Prabhupada times, everybody had the same consciousness. Right from dhoti, kurta, everything, bead bag, everything was offered to Krishna first. And without offering to Krishna, nothing will be accepted. So please continue. Thank you all very much, dear devotees. It was a very great delight for me spiritually to come here and serve you all. There's a quick question. Is it okay I worship deities in morning? I have photos and no deities. Yes, perfect. Prabhupada said photos are non-different from deities. It's perfectly all right. Is that okay? Worship them in the morning, perfect. And there is no risk of fall down yet. No problem. Thank you so much. Devotees seeking your prayers so that I can serve enthusiastically in this mission of Srila Prabhupada. And thank all of you for being such a lovely audience and asking such good questions and participating so well. So thank you all so much. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha krupasindhubhya vachapatkanam
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ki
Granthraji
jai.
Bhagavatam ki jai. Samasta
Ki
Gaur Bhakta
jai.
Vrinda ki jai.
Radhe Radhe.
So much, Prabhuji.
Koti koti
Yeah.
Prabhupada pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much. Dandavat pranam.